give deference to the trial court's interpretation of laws. They will decide for themselves, hence de novo.
Not only does Amber have a whole completely different strategy to present her arguments during appeal, analysis from legal experts has just revealed that there are layers to her plans. And believe me when I say you will most definitely be shocked to see the new lengths her and her people are going just to convince the appeal court of their arguments. So what then is this new strategy we're talking about here? Yeah, that's exactly what we're focused on today, so stay glued.
Her being found to be a liar about Johnny Depp abusing her. The fact that calling her accusations a hoax is not a lie.
You see, the thing with appeal cases is that they are a completely different ballgame from the Virginia court, implying that their arguments can't follow the same directions, unless they want to end up losing. But that's not the case here, as they actually have a different plan, according to legal expert Andrea Burkhardt, who explained some keynotes that could lead to a different outcome in the appeal. The expert revealed that in the appeal, the two main bones of contention would be the facts of the case and how the law stipulates that those types of cases should be handled. According to the appeal court will not be using the same interpretations of law as the Virginia court. Rather, they will use interpretations of the law on a national scale, putting them in a better position to pass a verdict on this case.
They're arguably in a better position because they are literally just spending their days researching the law, trying to evaluate what it means.
Further giving her expert opinion on the case, Burkhardt stated that even though Amber and her people have been saying time and time again that there will be evidentiary cases brought up in the appeal, that will most likely not happen, and here's her reason.
Pretty firm rule that if you haven't already made this argument to the trial judge, you have waived it for purposes of appeal.
Speaking from experience, the argument that could hold a possibility of winning for them is based on First Amendment issues, as it opens them to new opportunities because of the differences in the interpretation of the law at the state and national level. Specifically, she said,
First Amendment issues, then the U.S. Supreme Court would be a potential avenue as well. The reason for that is because the U.S. Supreme Court is the ultimate decision maker on questions concerning, the federal Constitution. So they're
confused on why the Supreme Court could intervene. Here's the reason Burkhardt cited.
So there is a justification for them to take an interest in rulings that are made about the First Amendment, and particularly in a high-profile case that gets a lot of attention.
Well, as shocking as it may be to see Amber and her team explore a new path, it's actually been something they have been talking about since the moment the trial ended, as it was the very thing that led to her changing her counsel in the first place. After it was announced that she had replaced her old legal team with David L. Axelrod and J. Ward Brown of law firm Ballard Spahr to lead her counsel, a spokesperson from her camp actually revealed these plans for the appeal. When it comes to protecting the fundamental right of freedom of speech, we look at the jury's decision, to paraphrase a famous quote, not as the beginning of the end, but merely the end of the beginning, her spokesperson said. A different court warrants different representation, particularly as so much new evidence is now coming to light. Even her new lawyer confirmed that their arguments were going to be based on what the expert revealed. In a joint statement from Axelrod and Brown, they said, "We welcome the opportunity to represent Ms. Heard in this appeal as it is a case with important First Amendment implications for every American. We're confident the appellate court will apply the law properly without deference to popularity, reverse the judgment against Ms. Heard, and reaffirm the fundamental principles of freedom of speech." Some big talk right there, huh? However, the expert's view wasn't enough to convince some people that the actress actually has a shot at winning the appeal. And this was the case with one Twitter user who wrote, "Amber's appeal is akin to going to a fancy restaurant. Run up a huge bill and run, having it all on camera, then returning the next day to say they gave you food poisoning. And Eve who lied, cheated and doctored evidence is beyond delusional. They might have a point, but we won't be sure until the appeal actually kicks off. Anyway, we'll find out soon enough." That's it for now, guys. Bye.